Hey, hello everybody, it's Rudy and the dogs here. Um, just part two from the video I had to cut short yesterday. I got up to, it's about nanotechnology, and like, it started with a Lycurgus or Lycurgus cup with me, in a way. As soon as first time I ever saw it, I was fascinated with it, and I still am really fascinated with it. So I've been digging about on that, looking into that. It's definitely nanotechnology, but they said it was happenstance. And then this week it comes out about the Great Pyramid of Giza and the electromagnetic energy concentrating and that, and how modern day so-called scientists or whatever people who do this thing are sort of using that to create nanotechnology, which is going to be useful in sensors and the solar panels and things like that. Anything with a kind of sensor, and also for testing liquids and all sorts of things. It's been found to be far more efficient than anything that they'd already come up with. And then when they realised what the Lycurgus cup were, and they tried recreating it, I explained a little bit yesterday of how they did that anyway. My point is the pyramids, right? I'll get back to that. They're reverse engineering this technology, and they're going to make nanoparticles, and it's going to be good for sensors, right? Which sounds good and all that, but there's sensors for everything, isn't there? Sensors can be used for good and bad. Mainly for bad. Unless you can't, to get out of your settings, turn your telly over, like, you know, but I mean with regards to weapons and things like that. Right, so they taking the big stuff and we're minimising it and getting nanotechnology out of it. And like I just cut, basically we did the same thing. We had to be smarter than them, and there's his 30 say of gold to 1,000,000 parts. They made like a synthesized plastic thing with billions of miniature Lycurgus cups, if you will. And they were shocked at the findings because it was so much more accurate and faster than anything modern day can come up with. So I've been looking what else is similar. And Egyptian blue, I know I've heard about it and stuff, but reading about it, it's nanotechnology. Look, see, Egyptian blue could find use in the modern era in applications such as biomedical analysis, telecommunications and lasers, according to a new report, 2009. A quantitative study of the pigment luminescence properties assesses its quantum efficiency and lifetime. It was found that Egyptian blue has an exceptional high luminescence quantum yield for a molecular level infrared emitter. Egyptian blue's long luminescence lifetime and intense IT emission make it a promising candidate for use in biomedical application. For example, because IR photons can deeply penetrate human tissue, and the pigment's emission at 9 nm minimises light absorption by tissues. Furthermore, the pigment is extremely stable, exhibiting bright luminescence even after millennia. Ancient Egyptians may not have gained eternal life, but one of their most frequently used pigments may now have a future in a variety of high tech. And there's examples of what they made out of it. And well, just all sorts. And down here it got to, I don't know what I want. Right, anyway, so there's that, and then stained glass, right? It's saying, everything I read, apart from a couple of things, is saying this goes back to the 10th century, but I've come across some literature what says at least the 7th century. And then there's a guy, there's a guy who wrote about it in the 12th century, a 12th century German monk who adopted the pen name Theophilus, wrote a description of the techniques of making stained glass. And it's saying the basic methods of oily change, and it's same thing. Glass was made by melting sand, potash, lime in clay pots, and it was coloured by the addition of metallic oxides, gold for red, copper for green, cobalt for blue, and so on. This is so-called pot metal. This is called pot metal glass. Pot metal glass, especially red glass, was often too dark to transmit much light. To overcome this, flashed glass was made by dipping a lump of white glass on the blowpipe into a pot of red glass and then blowing. This provided sheets of glass with a thin surface layer of colour. Later parts of this colour could be removed by grinding with an abrasive wheel. This produced two colours, red and white, on the same piece of glass. So basically they're talking about shading, aren't they, really? Paper was scarce, very expensive, blah blah blah, but and they're basically still pretty much doing it same. And then this let me try and remember, I think I've got a bit mixed up here. But yeah, technologies using nano-sized objects have been around for hundreds of years. But their version of it is medieval artisans discovered through alchemical experimentation that adding gold chloride to molten glass resulted in a red tint, and adding silver nitrate turned the glass yellow. The technique reached its height during the 16th through the 18th century. Possibly dating back to the 10th century. Well, I've read stuff what says the 7th century. It worked because of nanotechnology. Looks there. And then this is interesting. This goes on to mention the Middle Eastern metalsmiths also practiced the form of nanotechnology using steel ingots. Damascus steel, eh? But it says 12th to 18th century. I think Damascus steel's a lot earlier than that. Like that, I can't remember the name of it. There's a metal pillar in India what doesn't rust and all that, and it's still there, and they claim it's so old, but people think it could be couple of thousand years old maybe, and I think it could as well. Same as Damascus steel, I think they had it longer than that. But can we find? Well, scientists theorised that nanowires encapsulated by carbon nanotubes in the blade were responsible for Damascus steel's legendary sharpness and durability. It's just fascinating, right? And then you get up to like coming up to so-called our time, and Benjamin Franklin wrote a letter to the English physician and chemist Will Brownrigg that details observations on the effects of oil and water. Right, there's someone else, Pliny the Elder's made observations on oil and water, but Franklin was the first to theorise this phenomenon using scientific principles. The repulsion force was so strong that it caused the oil to push itself away from the water and produce a widespread, nearly invisible film on top of the water. And this is what they ended up using in camera lenses and cameras and for making films and everything. It's just unreal. Look, this is what we're getting to. Some efforts are close to what are already burning through. This is like actively pursuing nanoscience research before attempting work. Right, getting to the bones here. Fabrics produced with nanotechnology are already on the market. Waterproof fabrics are made by depositing fibres billions of nanometers long into natural cotton. These new fibres, called nano whiskers, increase the surface tension of the fabric so drops of water cannot penetrate. At Rice University in Houston, Jennifer West and her colleagues have developed gold silica nanoshells that are now in clinical trials as a cancer treatment. The nanoshells attach themselves to cancerous cells. Once attached, the nanoshells can absorb enough infrared heat when exposed to laser light to kill the cells. Personally, I don't think cancer's about that. I think that Royal Raymond Rift and Co had better ideas with the radio wave machines and that, what blasted it with the frequencies. They found the frequency of the cancer and they blasted it, and apparently he cured. There was 19 patients, they all had terminal cancer. 17 of them were cured within 30 days and the other 2 of them were cured within 90 days. That's the story anyway, but they didn't like it anyway, and he got shut down, and everyone liked him. They got shut down. You can still get riff machines and stuff online, but you've got to know he understood it better, you know. Anyway, I'm waffling. You must forgive me. But yeah, so I'm finding all sorts. So there's a lot deeper in this. I started and I thought I'd be able to find a couple of things and make examples of it, but I just keep getting caught up in it and off on tangents and down alleyways and up ginnels and that. So I'm finding it interesting anyway. So I'll leave it for now, right? Because I'm a bit muddled up, and I'll try and be more coherent and try and be more organised for the next one. Okay? Hey, cheerio.